Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my first ever makeup tutorial and I'm super excited to finally be able to share this with you guys. This look was requested by my friend Alyssa. Hey girl. She saw me do this a couple months back and she hit me up and was like, girl, you gotta do a tutorial on this look. So I figured why not? So if you want to learn how to get this super easy bronzy glam look, then stay tuned. So starting with my brows, I'm going to be taking the NYX Above and Beyond Coverage Concealer in the shade Medium on an angled brush and just cleaning up the line under my brow. That way it can be super sharp, and dragging the product down. That way there's not a buildup of concealer under my brow. Then taking my ABH 129 blending brush and just blending all of that out. Now moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be taking my Benefit Air Patrol primer and that same BH brush and blending that out. Then taking my NYX Set It Don't Fret It finishing powder and that same brush, and I'm going to set my eyelid. That way my colors can blend out a lot easier. Next, taking my Z palette with my NYX shadows and going into that medium brown shade on the lower left hand side and putting that into my crease. Now I'm taking my BH Neutral Eyes palette and going to that matte warm brown and popping that into my crease over top of that NYX shadow. Now going back into my Z palette, I'm taking Guilt Trip by NYX on my 132 brush by BH Cosmetics, and I'm dragging that color along where my crease and my lid meet. I'm lifting up my eyebrow because I do have hooded lids, so I want to make sure the color goes exactly where I want it. Then taking that same fluffy brush from earlier, I'm going to go over where I just put that shadow just to blend out any harsh lines. And I'm going to take On the Rocks by ColourPop on a flat shader brush and pack that shade onto my lid, starting on my lash line and working my way up. Then I'm spraying a little setting spray on my brush and going back into that shadow just to make the eyeshadow a little more foiled and so that the color really pops. Now moving on to my face, I finished my liner off camera, but I'll be taking my NYX First Base Primer Spray and spraying that all over. Then I'm going to be taking my NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the orange shade and tapping that on my blemishes and a few of my acne scars just to make sure that my foundation color stays true to what it is. Next I'm taking my HD Concealer by NYX in the shade Tan and tapping that over the corrector, and I'll be blending that out using a Real Technique sponge. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in 335 Classic Tan, and I'm buffing that into my face using a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm making sure to buff my foundation and using downward strokes because the hairs on my face lay downward. And also I'm staying clear of my under eye area just because I'll be putting concealer there and I don't want to build up a product. Then taking the same concealer from earlier, I'm going to highlight my face. So I'm blending this concealer out using a damp beauty blender, and this is my first time using these concealers, and I really like them. So if you're looking for a new concealer that's relatively inexpensive, I would really recommend these. They're easy to blend and they're super creamy. Now I'm taking this tapered brush from e.l.f. and I'm setting my face using the Mercier translucent powder. So now I'm going to hit the other areas on my face that I want to highlight, trying to get this nose highlight as straight as possible, and I'm going to make like a little palm tree shape on my T-zone, and then I'm going to blend. Then I'm going to take that same concealer in the shade Nutmeg, and I'm going to even out my concealer on my chin just a little bit, just because I don't like it as pronounced as the rest of my face. Setting all the other places on my face and baking my nose. It's the only area I really like to bake, so yeah. Next I'm taking my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in the shade Dark, and I'm going to set my whole entire face. Then I'm going to take my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil and Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzers, and I'm going to warm up my face using a ABH 124 brush. Then taking my Mercier translucent powder and the flat side of my Real Text sponge, I'm going to clean up where I just bronzed. Now taking this fluffy brush, I'm just going to clean off that bake on my nose, making sure I get all of it, and then taking a blending eye crease brush and that shadow that we used earlier for our transition color, and I'm going to contour my nose. Then taking the same cream liner that I used for my wings, I'm going to drag that along my lower lash line using an angle brush. Then taking a dark brown shadow from my Z palette and a flat shader brush, I'm going to smoke out that liner. Now onto my lashes. I'll be taking the NYX Stack Mascara and the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara in black, and I'm going to be fluffing out my lashes to my heart's content. Now taking my fluffy brush, I'm going to blend away all that bake. Now onto my favorite part, highlighting. I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Glow Kit in that glow and a Real Tech setting brush and going into the shades Golden Bronze and Dripping in Gold and highlighting my cheekbones. Then taking my fluffy brush and going into the same two shades, I'm going to highlight my nose, my Cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose. Then taking this hard candy bronzer and Hula Hula, I'm going to go over the places I just highlighted and highlight my brow bone. Then taking my Hello Kitty eyeshadow and blush palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Strawberry Macaroon using a BH 125 brush and hitting the apples of my cheeks. Now taking this clean e.l.f. stippling brush, I'm going to blend together my highlight, blush, and bronzer. So now that the face is done, I'm going to drown myself in the NYX Dewy Finish Spray as well as the Urban Decay Oil Control Finishing Spray. Now to finish this look, I'm going to take my Color Icon Lip Liner in the shade Plumberry by Wet n Wild and line my lips. Then I'm going to take the Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in Queen Bee and I'm going to put that all over. Then I decided to take my ColourPop Limbo Liquid Lip and use that as a lip liner for an ombre effect, and then later I would decide to just put it all over. This is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace, love, and abundance, y'all. Bye!